What's poppin', T subs and T squad? So listen, um, my apologies for the lateness for this review. Love at the Lockup. I didn't see last week's, but I just saw it on the little app or whatever. So I'm gonna put that review out first, and then the second half of this is gonna be the episode from last night. All right, so this review gonna be kind of long. I'm gonna have a timestamp for the people that don't give a flying fluff a nickel about last week, and the ones that want to just jump right on into last night. It's gonna be timestamped, so y'all can do that if that's what y'all choose. But I know people gonna be asking for last week's when I put this one out, so I'm just putting it both together. So this part is from last week. This is episode 16, Car Chase from Hell. Dear God. So Nathan is Skylar. So Skylar comes home and finds Nathan sleeping. That's why Nathan didn't answer none of her phone calls because he was laid up in the bed sleeping, taking a nap. And apparently they're going out to dinner that same night. Moving on. Justine and Michael. So Justine talks to Michael and his sister. I think the sister name is Anne, and I believe his mama name is Maria. Y'all give me together in the comments, but I think that's their name. Um, Girl, I don't know. They started talking, and Maria, the mama, was telling her how she felt and, how she felt about her talking with her hands to her and all of the rest of this food gazy, food nana ass ish that I just didn't give two craps about. And then Justine goes into this whole thing of, well, I'm really not paying her no mind because she's trying to turn me into the angry black woman. And I'm like, first of all, black well. Second, I mean, I ain't saying she ain't got no black in it. It's obvious she do, but it's a drop. It ain't like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a small drop. It's a very small percentage of her lineage. All right, like I don't perceive Miss Maria up here trying to turn you into an angry black anything. I don't think that's necessarily what she was trying to do, but I do feel like she was putting 20 on 10. Talk about something that she felt targeted. Like, Miss Maria, sit down, and stay out of it. Justine, just let it be what it is. All right. Just that's his mama. You come around when you want to, don't when you want to, and just keep your distance, and everybody will be fine. That's how y'all handle that. Handle it like the black folk do. Since you think you black, handle it the way us black folk do. You just handle them whenever you feel like it, and when you don't, you don't. And that's just that. Moving on. Derek and Monique, they're going through the car chase. Moving on. Big booty Chris and bad attitude Gabby. I don't like Gabby. All right. I listen, y'all. I don't like Gabby. And I see next in the next episode, they finna make her the poster child for domestic violence. And we'll get there when we get there. Anywho, uh Chris wants to make things right with Gabby, and he get him to make breakfast with her. I guess they talk, and I guess she decided to go on ahead and throw him some puss, and that was that. Moving on. Aries and Cameron. Aries goes with Cameron to the studio, and Cameron tells his friends about him getting married. One, I mean, Cameron got a little bit of flow for a niglet in his 30s, early 30s, but 30s nonetheless. I mean, he got a cute little bar here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know who he's trying to be, NBA, NLE, YBN. I don't know who he's trying to be, Slime or something. I don't know these little young whippersnappers. Y'all know who they are, but I don't know who he's trying to be. But I mean, I guess it was cute for his 30-year-old ASS. Moving on. Him telling his friends that he was getting married. I mean, they reacted. They reacted the way any other, and the dude would react, you know, to hearing one of their homeboys say that. Then his girl sitting right there. I mean, what do you really say? I mean, I whatever. Moving on. Nathan the Scholar Child. So Nathan buys a ring, but he doesn't want to overwhelm Scholar, so he's keeping it to himself. But then they go out to dinner, and apparently this dude named Dustin, I mean, keeps calling and calling and calling, and then Nathan feels away and gets upset, shows his natural Caucasian behind in that damn restaurant, and get all ghetto fat and projected, and then leaves. I mean, I'm gonna be fair. I do understand Nathan's frustrations, but did it have to get to a point that he took it? Absolutely not. That lets me know that he has a serious problem with this dude Dustin for whatever reason, and she keeps trying to say that it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing, and maybe it's not. But considering that your man felt insecure about it, I mean, what you finna do about it, Skylar? I'm just saying. And then Dustin didn't make it no better. Keep calling back. I mean, I'm just saying. Like you really could have ended that by just answering the phone and saying, hey, look, I'm out with my dude. We having date night. You know what I'm saying? I hit you back up. It's not that hard. Like it could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. I don't understand. Moving on. Justine and Michael. So Justine, first of all, Justine got a badass car. All right. She got the BMW with the what they call it, Lamborghini doors, suicide doors, butterfly doors, whatever you call them. I ain't got them. So I don't really know what they call, but she and she was wearing a scrub uniform. So she's either a front office fish or she nurse fish. She's one of the two. I mean, unless they paying like that, Michael Music is doing a whole lot more than what I gave it credit for. Shout out to it. Anywho, he got to stay in the state for 60 days and he has a curfew. Well, Michael, most guys that get out the joint, that's what they got to go through. Michael, I mean, you saying it like the only one. You ain't the only one. You'll be all right. There's only 60 days. Jesus Christ. Moving on. Um, hmm, bad attitude and big booty. So, big booty finds the BMW sitting outside or whatever. And after bad attitude lies to him and tell him about the car being in the shop or whatever. So then basically she lets him know that she got caught up in a speeding accident. She was doing like 40, she was doing 90 and a 45 or something like that, she said. And her license got suspended, but that's also added on to her being in a club or a bar or something like that with her cousin, and her and the door person got into it, the security or whatever, and then she got slapped with what she get slapped with? She got slapped with assault on an officer and terroristic threats. Dear God Almighty. Listen, I believe every word of it. All right, I believe every word of it because I don't like Gabby, and I already see her for her works. I believe every word of it. Go ahead and throw the book at her ass. I don't fool with her. Moving on because I don't care. Um, Eris and Cameron. Eris is meeting Cameron's sisters for the first time. I like the two sisters. The two sisters was Kiki and me, child. I like the two sisters. I appreciated the way that they handled the situation. They handled it as best they could. But I was for the sisters. I was. They remind me of my cousins on my daddy's side. So I'm for the sisters. Shout out to her sisters. I like them. But Eris, again, bring me the children. Like I feel like I make a much better mama to these children than they mamas that they got because I don't understand how you can feel comfortable with marrying a man that's never even met your daughter face to face except for the day before you got married. Like that's some weird crap that I didn't. I mean, whatever. Look, that's your life. That's your child. Do what you want. That's your business. Moving on. Derek and Monique, the car chase. Moving on. Bad attitude and big booty Chris child. So I already talked about that. Bad attitude tells him about what I told y'all about her getting caught up with the police and having to take it, and then that's slapped on to two other charges that are felonies that she could go to jail for, and then she facing jail time. Moving on. Um, Derek and Monique, so they finally out of harm's way. Lord, this car chase was so damn dull and stupid. Like, I knew y'all was gonna bug me about wanting to know my opinion about the car chase, but I really ain't got no opinion for it. Like, I mean, I mean, listen, I'm more than sure for Monica was a lot because she ain't never been through nothing like that. But listen, I've been in plenty of car chases. All right. I mean, that one won't ish compared to the ones that I was a part of, but that's for a whole story time for a whole nother day. Not this. We're not here to talk about me. Now, she seems to think that it's his sisters. It ain't. It's somebody else that he know. Apparently, it's a CEO. I'm skipping, but I don't want this video to be too long. We still on the first review. Apparently the person that was in the car is a CO that he met through his brother. I think it was something along the lines of she knew the brother and the brother was locked up and she was a CO, and that's kind of how he knew her or whatever the case may be. And he said he knew it was her from her voice or whatever the case may be. And that's who the hell that was chasing her, chasing them down. I guess. Derek got a lot going on. And I do like Derek, but Derek, you got a whole lot going on. You got COs up here putting you in high speed chases. Like, I guess, um, I guess. We get back to Nathan and Skylar. I don't care about them, girl. Moving on. That's it for that. Now we getting on to last night's review because it's the one that I actually cared about. So Monique and Derek. So Monique calls her sister, and Monique tells her sister that she's still holding on to the fact that she's thinking that the girls that was following them was Derek's sisters, and it was not Derek's sisters. It was the CO, the OP, whatever the hell you call the people that work in a jail cell. That's who that was, child. Moving on. Um, Ashley and Travis. I forgot all about them. I forgot all about Ashley and Travis. Dear God. So Ashley's landlord straight up tell her that they did not want a felon living in a house. And he evicted them child, gave her 2 weeks to pack up all her ish and get the hell out of there. I said, 2 weeks? Lord. I I'm not laughing at Ashley because that's not a funny situation. You know what I mean? For you to just get put out of your home. And then her business isn't even doing good. So she's not really making money like that. And now they're in a hotel now and she had to sell off a lot of her things. Like, then we find out later on in the episode that it's mostly Ashley's fault because Ashley was sitting around here spending way more money than she was making it, and she didn't save anything. And moving on, moving on. So Nathan and Skylar. So Nathan telling his cousin Barry about what happened down to the dinner, and Barry tells him that he needs to let that jealousy and insecurity and all that mess go. And I do agree with cousin Barry. Skylar goes to see her mama and her brother, and she tells them what happened. And their main thing is her just making sure that she doesn't stress herself out so much worrying about him that she relapses back into her addiction, which can happen. Um, and I hope the same for them. Like I said, I ain't really got no problem with Skylar. I ain't really got no problem with Nathan either. They just boring me. I'm just gonna be honest. They're just boring me. Moving on. Bad attitude, Gabby, and big booty Chris. They go to see her mama. Um, like mother, like daughter, because now I see where Gabby get her badass attitude from. Because the mama, Lord have mercy, Jesus, like much like her hair, her attitude was dull, dry, listless, effed up. Like, girl, no body, no length, no life. Like, it was just dead, child. Like I said, The mama was giving me the man from the House of Wax, like her and her hair. The gag is she was also giving me Wednesday from the Adams Family. Like I was, I was like the, like now I see where Gabby get it from. Gabby don't like the mama. The mama don't like Gabby. That makes it. It was very obvious. She was rude as hell to Chris when he came up in there. I mean, at least Miss Felicia hugged Gabby. You know what I'm saying? And treated Gabby with some type of decency and respect when they first met. Like her mama was just, Lord, let me leave that girl Mammy alone, because I'm gonna get up here. I'm gonna read her Mammy up. I'm gonna read her Mammy dead, just like her hair is dead, done, listless, dull, boring, dry. Like I said, like I don't know. Moving on, child, because I ain't got no energy. Justine and Michael. So Michael on daddy duty. Well, get ready, brother, because from the looks of things, you're about to have another child on the way. And to let the people tell it, Justine is pregnant. Somebody else came under my comments and mentioned something about Justine being pregnant. I think it was under my last review that I did. I think it was under the last review of this that I did. Somebody came under there and mentioned that Justine was pregnant. So this won't no shock to me because y'all already told me in the comments. Moving on. But I like Justine and Michael thus far. So, I'm happy for him. Moving on. Aries and Cameron. So Aries gets her daughter from the airport, Lena, and she meets Cameron. Listen, Lena is adorable. She a little grown lady. I like Cameron. I mean, not Cameron. I do like Cameron, but I like Lena. Like Lena is real adorable. Like I said, she old, so she very articulate for a 9-year-old. Ah, but then, she might be a little bit too grown. I don't know, but I like her. Shout out to Miss Lena. Anywho, so Aries talk about, some Aries. I appreciate you for your honesty, but some things is better off left unsaid because you got up here and said that your baby daddy had two other women pregnant with you at the same time. And not only that, he can't be in none of y'all lives because he was also a bad guy, so much so where he got deported back to his country. So he can't even have no relationship for real with none with his kids. Like, and then you sit over there and put your faith and trust into another ex-con. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that ex-cons don't deserve or need love too, but it's just, and I ain't saying nothing wrong with Cameron because I like Cameron, but like I said, bring me the children, please. Like this could never go on in Joy Sand House. I'm just saying. This could have never went on in Joy Sand House. Moving on. Monique and Derek. So Monique got a new car and a new hotel room because, after everything that was happening, she didn't feel safe. And y'all know she not from there. So, she got a new Airbnb. Good for you. So Derek goes to the jewelry store to buy a ring, and then he also meets his two brothers. Um, that are there. They came in to meet him, and I believe both of them was incarcerated. And, I believe, I think he said one of them just got out. The one with the coach hat. I think it was Coach Gucci, one of the two. And another thing, Derek, one thing I noticed about your family is you got a lot of sugarfoots in your family, Derek. A lot of sugarfoots in your family. And again, that does lend itself to what the folks were saying. The folks was telling your business, Derek. And I ain't necessarily saying I believe it's true or not. I'm just saying it's a possibility because you have a lot of sugarfoots in your family and y'all close like that. So, and I ain't saying that that means nothing, but I'm just saying you one more, you one more sugarfoot away from some people starting to believe what some of these rumors are saying is true. But I do agree with your brothers when they said that this is a little too fast for you to be up in here buying engagement rings. I totally believe them. Like your sisters don't even like Monique. Monique don't like them. Like they don't even know her. First of all, they don't know her. She don't know them. You don't know her family. They don't know you. Like You feeling like you buying a ring is gonna make her feel secure and safe and so and so and so. No, it's not. She gonna get that ring and then it's gonna be even worse then because then she's gonna feel like she got the right to hound you and stalk you and follow you around and so on and so forth because then you will be her fiance. I don't know why y'all men feel like getting a woman an engagement ring is just gonna make it up. No, it don't. No, it don't. And I don't know when y'all are gonna get that through y'all damn head. But whatever. Do what you do. Nathan and Skylar. So Nathan and Skylar meet up down to the park to talk, and I guess they work it out. Like I said, I don't got a problem with them, but they bore me. Moving on. Um, Amron, Cameron, and Lena, they're getting ready for the wedding or whatever. I gotta say, Cameron looked real sharp in his suit. He did. Cameron looked real sharp in his suit, like a little Smurf, uh, in his suit, his little short ass. Shout out to Cameron. I like a little man in his suit. It's cute. Wow. And I will say this though, Aries is no shade. I hated your dress, and I understand you didn't have a lot of time to look for a dress, so I'm not gonna pounce on you, but I absolutely hated it. It was god awful. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. Everything about it was just. I said I won't give you too much, and I feel like I did, so I'm just gonna move on. Um, Ashley and Travis, they're on their way to Manassas, Virginia. Shout out to Manassas, child. They on their way to Manassas from Florida because, like I said, Ashley got put out. Her landlord don't want no felon living on his property, and that is what it is. And so they had to pick up everything that they could take. Whatever that they couldn't take, she had to sell or just leave it behind. And they on their way to his parents' house, I believe, because I think he's the one that's from Manassas, not her. Um, I feel bad for Ashley. You can tell Ashley is starting to live in denial a little bit. I think she's gonna lay on somebody's couch if she can afford it. Because you can see her kind of losing it a little bit, and I do feel bad for her. So I ain't about to gag her. Moving on. Uh, Travis talking about he not with Ashley for her money. He just wished that she would have been more honest. And I'm like, well, to be honest with you, Travis, I feel like if she was honest with you about her situation, you would not have been with her. Because be clear, before you knew the situation, you was all gone home for the money and spending this and spending that and wanted to buy this and buy that and go here and go there. Don't get me wrong. I blame Ashley for a lot of this because she was the one living above her means. If she knew she didn't have it, she shouldn't have did that to herself. And she's old enough to know that. She older than everybody. Ain't she in her 40s? But at the same time, I mean, if she was honest with it, you wouldn't have been there, Travis. So cut it out. Moving on. Gabby and Chris. So, like I said in the first part of this, they're trying to make Gabby the spokesperson and the poster child for domestic violence. That's cute or whatever, but I just don't believe Gabby. And I've been honest about that from when I first started back reviewing this and I found out about it. I don't believe Gabby. I don't believe a word of Gabby's story. Even when she was giving her story, it was just so cold and so callous and calculating. Like there was no emotion, there was no anything. And don't get me wrong, I understand you really can't tell a person how to feel when something like that happens to them. But I just feel like if that was happening to you for 2 hours, like I was just that's what she said. I would just feel like this just me. I would just feel like even talking about it, I would show some sort of something. Like it was just more the same from her. No emotion. Just like yeah, that happened. Like y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know. I'm just about to quit while I'm ahead because I got a lot of females that subscribe to me. So I ain't even. I'm just being honest. Moving on. Aries and Cameron, girl, they get married, and that was the end of the episode. I mean, it was alright. As y'all can see, I really ain't got much for it, but I mean, for what it was, y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about both of the episodes, and yeah, we'll see what this do. The live for Love and Marriage DC is out now. It's gonna be tonight at 9:15 ish. directly after the episode. So y'all make sure that y'all are there for that. And the live for RHOP for tomorrow night at 10:15 is already up to. Go on ahead, like, and set your reminders or whatever. And y'all will get the notifications for it to remind you. And yeah, that's it. And that's all. I ain't got no more. Until tonight, I'll see y'all then. I hope.